Hey, let's do a reading for the next few days. Next week, I guess. From now until... Let's do the 3-day thing. So until the 7th. I was shuffling earlier trying to see what's going on, and the Devil card popped up with the Ten of Cups. So you could be dealing with someone, or there's an energy around you where you really are way too focused on your happily ever after and not your right now. So before I even start with this, with those two cards that came out, that's like somebody really not being present in the moment and dealing and like fantasizing way too much about future stability than current stability. Future well-being instead of current well-being. Like you're addicted to feeling good and you don't realize how good you actually feel right now. Because you just want to feel a different way than you do now, but the way you have now is actually what you need to acknowledge before you can move forward. It's almost like you've manifested something that you don't want, but you wanted it before and now it's bothering you. Like, it's such a weird paradoxical energy to have the Devil card and the Ten of Cups. And it didn't feel like negative, really. It just felt like you're not appreciating what you have, and like you're taking it for granted, and you want more, but without appreciating what you have now, it makes you look bad to people around you. Anyway, enough of that. So whoever was dealing with that, do your best to slow down in your day-to-day life and just think of 2 things you really appreciate about the life you've created or the people around you. And just be present. Alright. Now, from, I think it's September 4th that you're watching this, or whenever you're watching this, it's going to apply to you for the next 3 days. It's a general reading on things that are coming towards you in the next 3 days, the overall energy you're going to be dealing with, kind of like the mood you're going to be in for the most part, and what's coming towards you that's, I don't want to say inevitable, but those moments in time where you can't really change it, you go through it, and then that's the catalyst for you to change something. Okay, so the next 3 days, what's actually happening for you, and it could appear for you in different ways. So like if it's going to go into a sort of career oriented energy, it could also apply to what you do day to day just by yourself, cleaning the house, or you know, the schedule you have for yourself. And if it doesn't resonate, please don't attempt to make it fit. Otherwise, you're kind of being like Cinderella stepsisters trying to make the shoe fit. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Four minutes of that, holy jeez. I don't know why I needed to clarify to say it that way, but I guess someone new is watching. Oh, and hi to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate all of you, and I'm grateful that you're here. And those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do, and click the like button thing so YouTube is nicer to me. And feel free to talk in the comments. It would be great if you could update and let me know what actually happened. That would be cool. Alright, messages for everyone watching for the next 3 days of their experience. Aw, the lovers. A choice has been made in a love situation. Why is this always? Oh my god. You guys, could you get your mind out of love and like just focus on like other kinds of relationships? But this is great news. Like, look, he's even writing I love you as a note. And they chose each other, and you've chosen an aspect of your own self which feels true to you. And you're connecting with someone else who knows the worth and value of who and what you are. Like, this person is going to go through extreme measures to make certain that you feel comfortable, happy, and healthy, but not in a codependent way, because they actually cherish you so much. They think about you all the time. They really, you're kind of everything to them. And if you flip it, someone is really everything to you. And these two people that have been separated through a lack of communication while someone was waiting for that communication, they felt like they were separated. See these two trees separated in between, a message being sent, and above it, it looks like they're being held together on a stable foundation, holding each other. Each of them had to give up something to get together. This guy had to give up his single life and his, macho-ness and the bachelor life or whatever. And he had to learn how to be a knight in shining armor for her. And she gave up different aspects of herself, grief and regret, and who she used to be with him. It's really beautiful, and both of them have already connected on a very deep level. And together they grow. Wow. Congratulations. Really. There's even a sun shining, like rising above them. It's like a new day for you and your love relationship. If this hasn't happened, this is gonna happen immediately. May it be so. Yeah, this person, look, the King of Swords. This other person, which isn't, it feels like somebody that, like this guy. It doesn't feel like the female energy. It feels more like the masculine energy. He's done wasting time. That used to be a clock that you can walk through. So you're walking through time, different timelines and dimensions and realities, right? This person is done doing that. And he has chosen to be with her for as long as he lives. Because the King of Swords is also a marriage card. It's also a card of knowing exactly what you want, and ultimatums and decisions. It could be divorces, but this is two people coming together. It could have been you were divorced and you're coming back together. Or there was some like cold, silent treatment of, wow, one of you went off to find who you are and adjust your crown. And, stop wasting time with other people, other things, other wasteful, like, hobbies or addictions that just didn't make you happy. And you chose what does make you happy, which makes you feel a lot younger and happier. And like, there is no time with you and this person. Everything is just, from day to night, it's just the two of you. And you can completely be okay with just the two of you. The bottom of the deck is Four of Swords. So that means that these two people weren't recently together, meaning this already happened. So there was silence and healing and peace, or you could say a quiet, subtle truce, maybe in some situations between these two people. And the masculine energy decided that enough is enough, and he wants what he wants, and it's the female energy, which brings out the best in him, brings out the knight in shining armor in him. But there has been a lot of healing that's been done between both people. So during the stage of separation, it could have been that both went off into different relationships and experienced, they branched out into a different aspect, or they discovered a different truth about themselves, and they chose to return together knowing that they can do better, because now they know how to not waste time and actually show each other affection and communication. This is really beautiful energy. This feels like Lily scratching on the freaking walls. This feels like a really happy relationship, like a life partnership. The moon, the sun, twilight, and the moon. The world at the bottom of the deck, so you've recently leveled up and completed something, or you could have traveled somewhere and traveled back, because there's a carnival here, and carnivals move a lot, and this is a card of travel. Oh, weird. Hold on, I'm picking up on something, and I don't want to say download, but like there's something, I'm getting messages. It almost feels like this card is the interference card that caused these two to split, which felt like the masculine energy felt like he was under some form of weird, like nothing was ever good enough for him, and she felt like she was completely lost in the smoke of, because look at this. There's a carnival, there's cages, there's a witch casting a spell to put everyone asleep and like control and contain them. There's a new moon where intentions are set. And this woman has horns, like they're branches, which in most spiritual, like she has a lot of spiritual energy. She can connect to other realms and other timelines and dimensions. Her roots go deep, and she's ancient. Like it's an old energy of interference and illusion. This doesn't feel like a very pleasant energy. This feels like an old generational curse. Like somebody in your lineage, maybe a great-great-grandmother or someone's great-great-grandmother decided to, she had some issue with her husband, and she decided to speak some, negative words, which affected him deeply, went into his DNA and his subconscious, and manifested throughout his children's lives. And then his son broke the curse through the help of who he loved, and because they chose each other, they broke the curse of separation and self-imprisonment. That's fascinating. Wow. Because if you look at the divorce and marriage and separation and silence, communication, intellect, logic, legal matters with this, and then this, a witch casting a spell and casting an intention, basically, and using energy to manifest that intention in a negative way to contain and cause illusions. This is called Mommy Fortuna's Midnight Carnival in the book of The Last Unicorn. By the way, this tarot deck is the Last Unicorn tarot deck. And it's amazing. You should read the book, definitely. And this is her carnival, where she takes like snakes, or she'll take a snake and she has it in one of the cages, and people think it's some world python or something, like massive. There's a lion where she casts a spell on it, and it makes people think it's a chimera or a manticore. And for the unicorn, when the unicorn is in the cage, she puts a spell on the unicorn that makes a false horn appear on the unicorn so people could see the real unicorn, because humanity had lost its innocence in a way to see something that pure. So something must have happened many, many moons ago between your ancestors affecting the way you have relationships now. And in basic day-to-day terms, it means that there is deep-rooted issues within you that you haven't acknowledged in order to have a healthy relationship. And within the next 3 days, it's going to become very prominent and obvious to you what that is. If it hasn't already, and this is just confirming that, yeah, you've gotten through it, you broke it, and you're coming together with someone that'll last you in a, like, he'll be with you or she'll be with you in a lifelong partnership. It's a deep, deep soulmate connection that goes back at least 3 or 4 generations. Because these two look way older than normal grandparents. They look like great-great-grandparents in an image from the past coming to the future to explain the present. Because we have to take into account the time imagery in this. Someone also overcame their primal urges. See, the dragon is defeated. You know how for inner alchemy they say taming the dragon, which is like your sexual urges, your addictions, the things that aren't good for you. You can now be, you can be in front of massive amounts of temptation and you just won't flinch because you know exactly who you want. This could also mean that a big truth is coming out from within you, or from your mother or grandmother. A old wise woman in your life is going to bring you a lot of information that's going to help you be way more rational, logical, smart, intelligent, refined in your communication, which will seal the deal for you. You'll be signing on the dotted line. How, wow. Please comment and let me know what happens. Even if you if it's just something as, the Two of Wands. If it's something as you traveling somewhere and seeing a historic site and then you have some weird spooky encounter. Because she's traveling over a bridge. She left the past decision, she's going towards the future decision. And she's looking back at the past fondly about where she came from. And here the moon is full and the night sky is kind of clear. There's just a mist of sadness. You're not bound by the sadness anymore. There's just a mist. That's Lily going Batty McBaddington over there. Wait a minute, what's this? 1, 2, 3. Okay, on this picture, I don't know if you can see it. All the way at the top, there's little white stars and little white dots. Only 3 of those, dots and stars, only 3 of them have an actual shape of a star. And they look like little snowflakes. And the moon looks like it's in front of another planet. So this could be some astrological alignment that's coming up soon. I don't know much about it, but 4 of Swords again at the bottom of the deck. To put it even more day-to-day basics, a choice has been made. 2 people have found each other. They've thought about it emotionally, they thought about it and looked at all different ways of going, and they've really connected with their own self, maybe a mother or grandmother in the family line to talk to them and see what they could, would give, what they could help with, what advice they can give, how they can help them set an intention until the moon is full, from the crescent to the full. And this 2 of Wands means you're moving forward from something. But before the unicorn, you're still worthy and you're still pure. Whatever you think happened that tarnished and clouded your sense of identity has been cleared away from you, and it is safe for you to move forward to choices, relationships, people, places, and things, whether they're from your past or you're about to meet them. It is safe for you to move towards them because there are 3 stars in your life right now that are shining really, really bright at you, and each of them is bringing a different side out of you. And throughout all of it, you're realizing who you really are as a complete being. The next 3 days are going to be really, really pivotal for you. Be very aware of your emotional state. Be aware of what you say. Be aware of what you're feeling. Check in on your parents if you still can. Make certain they're happy, they're okay. Take care of yourself and just be very gentle and kind with yourself. Nurture yourself. The moon is also the mother. So maybe you want to go and just delve in a fantasy world for a couple of days. Watch some strange movies. Go and hike somewhere. Go and visit some water. I really think you would benefit greatly. Well, this card is showing me this, and I agree with it. You would benefit greatly from if you would just go and stand near a body of water and just take a deep breath and realize where you've been all this time, where you are right now, and how much and how far you've come from who you were. And who you are going to be is someone that you can't even begin to imagine. Because in the book, that woman is this unicorn. So look at the massive transformation that you're going through and are about to go through simply because of love, truth, and a sense of ancestry. That no matter how long time goes on, what you said, what you will say, what you will feel, what you do feel, creates every other night for you. So you can bless yourself or you can curse yourself. You can nurture yourself or you can trap yourself. You can cause illusions and confusion and delusion, or you can be really right to the point and cut out the bullshit and move forward with your life, having forgiven and choosing to be in love with yourself and with the person you really want to be with, and to help make their life a lot better, not because they need it, but because you love them so much. If this is about a work situation in your life, you're about to figure out a way to make a ton of money. A ton of money. So much so that you're going to feel like everything you've made prior has been a waste of time, and you're going to feel kind of irritated at how many mistakes you had made. But then you're going to realize that those mistakes were actually how you realized to make all that money. And then you're going to immediately move forward, thank your past self, and start making a ton of money, but someone else is involved in this with you. So work with them. And you may need to travel somewhere in the next few days for there's definitely travel. There's definitely movement. You're going to feel that urge to go somewhere. And I highly suggest you should definitely go. If it's a party, be responsible, but go. If it's just going to the park and feeding the ducks, go for it. If it's maybe going to like an amusement park or a museum, even if you're going to the comic book shop, these look like panels in a comic book. Maybe you're going to watch a movie, definitely do it. The illusions could be also you're going to a movie. You could be going on a date. It'll work out great, by the way. Ace of Cups. Your cup is overflowing, their cup is overflowing, you're both done with the bullshit and you want something stable with each other. But in order to get that stability, you're going to have to move forward from the mistakes of the past and communicate to both be on the same page. And it's the masculine energy with the ego problem that has to address this first. If the female comes to him, he's going to still be feeling like he did something right, so he's not going to have learned his lesson that well. But if he adjusts his own crown, puts down his weapons, and goes towards her, the illusion breaks, because he'll see how wrong he had been too, if he hasn't already. Page of Wands. Intentions have been set. There is definite attraction between people, and there is an attempt by someone who seems very fiery, young, and childish and spontaneous. Maybe they're, instead of being like childishly goofy, they're witty, and I don't know, it's just fun to be around them. They're pleasant. And they're always helpful. They're always doing something that helps you feel better. And that person is bringing you a message, kind of pointing you to the way that you're supposed to be going. Because it's almost like these two sticks, like the stick he's holding in his hand, the wand, that's branching into those two leaves, becomes this tree. So someone in your life, maybe a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, is assisting you in returning to a relationship that will withstand the test of time, lies, deceit, and illusions, because the connection is that strong that anything can be forgiven. But this person here is pointing the way to them, and he's reading something. He's gaining some knowledge through the color of emotion and purity and honesty to bring these two together. So all you got to do is move forward and allow movement to occur in the relationship. Now, what does that mean? Don't be bitey. Don't be hasty. Don't be a biatch. Be nice to yourself. Look at yourself with kind eyes. Communicate kindly. Look at the world differently. You don't have to be so unforgiving to yourself and to others, or critical of yourself. That's the Queen of Swords, and this is the King of Swords. These are life partners here. And someone is intervening to assist these life partners in putting down the swords and coming back together in love. The Death card. There has been massive amounts of transformation. See that broken dragon? That's the clock. That's when the king crumbled, is done wasting time, because he sees that without this person, that all he'll have is the memory in a bottle of her, that he just releases every now and then to remember what it felt like to be this young and in love. You could also be realizing that you have an addiction to something, that you really, really want something that's not good for you, and it's a substance, it's not a person. You could be drinking a lot or smoking a lot, and it's honestly hurting you because of your belief system that you have ingrained in your mind over time. And someone is coming to flick the magic wand and help you to stop smoking, drinking, or really just avoiding being the best version of yourself because you're too busy remembering what the best version was instead of creating a better version. This person could also have been really, really lost in the past of what was going on, and completely miss the point that they can still have a better relationship now because of what happened. And it took until somebody else's intervention to come into their life to remind them that it's never too late, that true love withstands the test of time. And if you can remember how good it was, it can be even better now. You just have to allow that which you want to come to you and to go to it. It can go both ways. She can be looking back, or she's looking forward and she's about to turn and move this way. There's also a sense here of being careful what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating, what you're drinking. You could have said a lot of really hurtful things to somebody, and you could have done a lot of terrible things to somebody. It could be broken property, stolen things, stolen time, stolen experiences, trapping someone away from someone else, like feeling like you're trapped, or somebody took things and disappeared like a midnight carnival. It could be that what you're looking towards going to has you changing from who you were, and you're not ready to let that version of you go because you like being the way you've been. But what this person, this Page of Wands, is showing you is that you can be who you've been, but better. Like, upgrade, level up. This deck has 2 Lovers cards. This is the alternative one. You see that overbearing person smothering this other one? Now, let me check the bottom of the deck before I say anything. The Tower. This person was dealing with an overbearing mother type who smothered him his entire life and didn't allow him to think for his own, be with his own. She had every choice he made, and he was wrapped around her basically all the time, and every time he wanted to go away, she just squeezed him tighter. Like, this is a narcissistic mother type of energy, and this is a mama's boy energy. And these two, this energy feels like this. So she puts on a show to make you think everything's okay, but behind your back she's talking crap about everything you're doing. You see how the moon, all the lies and illusions are behind this woman, this motherly energy, who's just looking at this guy like she's measuring how much she can waste his time, how much she can control him. It's very like this is really, I can't describe it in any other way. This is a freaking mama's boy and his overbearing mother not letting him do what he wants to do. And every time he tries to get away, her roots get deeper and deeper into him. And then she puts on this, like, smiley face show, but really behind closed doors, she doesn't want this person that she's so like her son to go away to be with the person he loves, or to help somebody get to be with the person they love. It's a very trapping energy. I mean, look at it. She's like he's wrapped around her and he can't break free. And she's like in love with him in this weird and messed up way, but there's no way these two can, like, that works. And there's no way that this is an actual sexual prospect to this person. This is a mother type of energy, an old wise energy in this person's family who has trapped him through words, deceit, illusions and smiley faces and like all sorts of, I don't know. It's so cringy. Oh, I don't know what you've gotten yourself into, but this card being here means you finally see, like, if this really is, if I'm really reading for somebody who's been acting like a mama's boy, first of all, do not take any offense to this, but this is what I'm getting. And if you really are that person, that's why your relationships hadn't worked out in the past. That's why there was a separation. That's why there was, you know, feeling like you've grown old and you can't love anybody and you've just lost the your youth and vibrancy and all of that. And you've just been bottling it up over and over and over. But all you really want is to go back to the person that made you feel young and happy and innocent. But in order to do that, you got to tell your mom to back off. Or whoever this overbearing female energy is in your life, who acts way more masculine than an actual woman, like actual female energy. She's no good will come of it if you deny what you want and you allow yourself to be trapped by the opinions of someone close to you who smothers you to the point where you're like purple in the face, smothering. You can't even look straight. You just, like, you're barely able to look at her because of how much, like, she's in your face with her demand of what you do or what you don't do, what's right and what isn't right. Very overbearing mother type of character. I can't even, like, think of a movie character that fits this. Jeez Louise. And then she gives all this, like, boo-foo, you know, confusion around you every time you're about to see what's going on to do your own thing. She brings up things from the past. She makes shit up. She confuses you. She just gives you like weird one-liners that make no sense. Like, I don't know. You're like, Mom, what should I do about this? And she's like, pancakes are good. But it has no relevance to what you were asking her about. And then she calls, like, it makes you feel weird, like you're being gaslit or something. Like she's just. We're gonna move on from this energy. Woo. I am so sorry that you've had to deal with someone like that. Holy shit. Yeah, she's had you feeling trapped and she's watched everything you're doing. And whatever you've done has made you feel so guilty about it that you've blocked yourself off and stopped communicating, but you've kept an eye on the love of your life. But you haven't communicated with this person because of the things this female not nice energy in your life has done to you and to that person. Remember the Tower card. The Tower card in the normal tarot has two people falling out of it. And it came out with, like, it was on the bottom of the deck with this card. This person could have really interfered in your relationship. Maybe a really beautiful marriage. And now you feel like you're stuck with someone you don't want to be with, and all you want to do is go back to who you were with. But you need the help of somebody to bring the connection together, and you don't know how to go about it. There's confusion. It's like you're locked in place. And the way to break free is to stop the repetitive pattern of the past behavior and actually communicate your wants, needs, and desires so that they can be brought to you. So what should the people watching do to, the sun? You see how there's 3 unicorns in this? Within the next 3 days, 3 stars were here as well. Within the next 3 days, see the 2 suns in the corner up here? By the 3rd day, you're going to be overcome with a wave of emotion. And you might be going on a date with somebody who makes you feel all sorts of special. Everything's going to work out. This sun card here means that the curse really is broken. That whatever was in your subconscious is now officially out of it. Your behavior will change. It already has changed. Your awareness has come to the addiction, so therefore you are not addicted anymore. Now it's a choice. And if you continue to choose that choice, then you will continue to be trapped. But if you choose to transform and let something go like this toxic mother energy, and cut your way through all those bullshit beliefs, you and this other person can have the happiest relationship ever. What? Wait. The star. Look. Again, another star. Please don't allow what you feel to be blocked away by someone who tells you how to feel. You have the sun, the star, the lovers, and transformation. True deep emotional feelings with the moon. Another lover's card showing you that that which makes you feel trapped isn't for you. That which makes you feel embraced by someone else is for you. And the choice is yours, but you've already made the choice. You're intending to break free of the toxic relationship you're in currently, because he's currently trapped in this. To go, like, to break free of this relationship, transform the way you feel to a better state of feeling, and communicate with this person that you want to go back to. And this is beautifully telling you that the sun shines in your favor, the stars are aligning for you. Planets, like by the time the moon, I don't know when the moon is in front of another planet from the point of view of the Earth, but I'm guessing 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stars in a massive tidal wave by day and by night. And beautiful emotions, like this water is clean and purple and transformative, and like the violet flame. And the shooting star in the background, like your wish is really true. It's on its way to you within the next 3 days. And as this meteor is falling here, it's making these waves crash up and bringing these 3 friends together again. And one of them then helps the other one connect with that. It's like a team effort between a collective of people bringing a couple back together that was separated by a toxic parent. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Toxicity is over. In the book, this harpy is what fights this crone energy. And just watch it. It's amazing. This harpy was trapped by this crone first, and then she breaks free. Anything else that goes along with this before I close this up? Because we're lucky that it's going for 43 minutes without interrupting. Page of Coins again. There's someone really sincere, honest, kind, and caring in your life. Someone you recently met. Someone who has the potential, who is bringing you the potential of massive amounts of expansion, growth, peace, fun, humor, studying. Maybe this person's going to help you take a course in something, or they're helping you do some paperwork for school or the job. You could be creating some artwork with this individual. You could be having dinner, just hanging out somewhere having dinner, being comfy, not putting too much effort into a fake persona. You got a scarf, a skirt, a shirt on, and you're fine. Or you've got jeans and a t-shirt on, and you're just holding hands with your partner, going on a date. Super cute. There's also honesty, responsibility, stability, gentleness, compassion, caring. The Pentacles is also physical, so there's a physical sense of attraction due to the Page of Wands, with the Page of Pentacles balancing the heat. So a stable, steady flame that burns between 2 people. Earth and energy create fire, like sticks and stone. Like, you see how this is lit up? There's fire coming, like it's lit up right there, and there's all this energy everywhere. You connect that energy with more wood, and you create light. You can also use that pentacle as a plate to go to dinner. You could be taking pictures. You could be balancing your mind, body, and spirit. You could even be doing a ritual or a manifestation thing for yourself, combining the 5 elements, or earth, air, fire, water, and then spirit, to create a better situation for yourself. She looks so surprised by this opportunity, though. This one's pleased by it, and he's like, I'm doing the best I can. And this one's like, I don't know what to do with this. Is this really for me? Am I really good enough for this? And you absolutely are. The Hermit was at the bottom of the deck, so you've gotten a lot wiser than who you were before. You know how they say, if I could have done then, like if I knew now, if I knew, you know what I'm trying to say, right? If I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently. Oh. So you now know how to do things better. Even if you just know one thing that you can do better in a relationship, by doing it, it creates a ripple effect. Five of Cups. Follow your heart. She's waiting for you. He or she. I mean, this could also be a man. It could also be a male energy. Doesn't matter. Like, it's just genitals. Who cares? You definitely have history with this person. Five of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles means at least each pentacle being a year. There is at least 7 years of history between the person you moved away from and then the person you're with now has less than 1 year of energy between you two. Maybe 1.5, because there's like a stick and a half a stick here, or a wand. This also feels like unrequited love. Someone stayed in love and waited for Prince Charming to come back, but Prince Charming was busy being brainwashed by people around him. It's almost like some specific word had to be spoken for that lock to open. Some phrase, some communication between two people. Or there were just two thoughts in the way from you opening and freeing yourself. You not being good enough, or that person not being good enough. Or like a gender issue, or maybe it's an ethnicity issue, or a distance issue between people that you were like, no, that is distance, and what people tell me isn't, no, it's not going to work. But it can work. Because if you look at the nostrils here, it looks like an infinity sign. So the key to this lock is that I love you down there. That phrase, which is brought on by a simple communication with someone that had assisted in bringing this lock back to being open. Like, you know when you have a conversation with someone and they just say something where you're like, whoa, I definitely needed to hear that, but I didn't know that I needed to hear it. And then that random thing in a conversation about something they were having trouble with is exactly what you needed to know to make the move and the effort in opening communication with you and someone else. Because this also is a lack of communication. The swords are crossed, the locks closed. and it's just waiting for the right word. This could also be an apology, the Page of Coins. Someone bringing an apology to you. But yeah, these two people, the Seven of Pentacles, at least 7 years. I knew it was going to be a love reading. I knew it. I freaking knew it. I knew it. Queen of Coins. Wife material. You don't need the lies and the fake horn anymore to see the real unicorn. You now are able to see the truth of someone for who they really are, and that they're everything you've ever wanted. And the only thing that caused any trouble between you two was you both had mommy-daddy issues. If these two cards weren't here together, I would not say what I'm about to say. But everything that you have thought of as an excuse to keep you from this is complete and utter bullshit. It simply is true love, without a shadow of a doubt, and the shadows have been cleared. You guys, congratulations. Look, 5 of Swords and the 2 lovers walking off together. And that Magician right here. Helping them clear up the pain and betrayal between each other. What did I tell you that this person was going to help you come back together? What a fascinating reading. And I'm so grateful that this video has kept recording all this time. Wow. This was really a meant to be reading. Thank you, universe. All right. That was fun. That was super, super fun. And I hope you like the video. I hope you comment. I hope you subscribe. And please, please, please tell me know how this works out. Like, let me know. Let me know how this works out. Tell me in the comments. Like, even if it played out for like a job or a friendship, or like you communicated with an uncle or an aunt or something, let me know. I would really appreciate to see how the 10 of Cups. Even that Magician that was helping the lovers come together, even he has a happily ever after because of the good karma he contributed in bringing the other two together. Beautiful. I like it. I think that's a good place to end this. I love you. Take care of yourself. And I'm sorry for any squeaking noises. It has been my leg on this and Lily running batty. Oh, bye.